Hello and welcome back to the Jedi Ramble video series, episode 1, My Journey, part 2. And for those of you who haven't seen part 1, I will link it in the description, and I suggest that you check it out so you can make sense of this video. So, in the previous part, we discussed my life before coming to the Jedi community, and my first encounter, my first experience with the Jedi path. So just as a quick recap, the last thing we went over was when I came to the Jediism way and became Zayden's apprentice. So let's continue from there. I became Zayden's apprentice. Now, I was very young, it must have been just before or after my 13th birthday. So I was only just coming into my teenager years. And the training we did was very simple because again I was still young and I was still going through getting through the mess after the storm, the wreckage, which was my life beforehand. And so we were doing a lot of meditation, basic principles and concepts, and things went good for a while. Until I decided I knew it all. I was still young, and my intention on the Jedi path was not what it should have been. I wanted to be the master. I wanted to be the knight. I didn't want to be a student. I wanted to be like Obi-Wan. I didn't want to be me, a Jedi realist. The realism wasn't my interest. I mean, part of it was, but it wasn't what my mind was after. It was my imagination of being like a Jedi in Star Wars that pushed me to be like that. I wanted to be like Obi-Wan. And so I decided I knew it all. And I started a Jedi school. I left the Jedi's way under bad terms. Zayden stopped teaching me, and I betrayed a lot of people's trust who put their faith in me. And basically threw all the help we gave me back in the face. And essentially what my intention was to teach other people what I thought I knew. And I'm glad I didn't. I'm glad I didn't get the chance to teach anyone, because I would have just corrupted them with the things I thought I knew, which I really didn't have a clue. But when I left, I met someone new, and his name was Lord Rive. Now, bearing in mind, I had went from being a Jedi apprentice after how long was it? A year, maybe just under, with Zayden, to claiming to be a Jedi Knight, which was complete BS, to then meeting this guy called Lord Rive, Sith Lord, and then calling myself a Sith. Now, you can tell just by that alone, I was in a bad place. I was going through some major trouble, and I did not want what was available. I wanted to be something. I wanted to be the master. I didn't want to be just a Jedi. And so, Lord Rive was a funny character, because he wasn't the Sith that you see on sites nowadays. He exploited my young, naive mind, and twisted that mind, which has affected me for a long time. A good few years that affected me, and used me for his own self-gain. Not like Sith on the forums, the Sith community now, who are generally a lot nicer than what people expect at first. I mean, yeah, they can be straight to the point and they can be rough around the edges, but that's just their methods. They don't they don't want to throw out BS. And that experience with Lord Rye broke me, mentally broke me, put me back in a place where I should not have been. And I resented the people that tried to help me again, which were the Jedi. And after that, hitting rock bottom, which I did, I came back to the Jedi. I apologized to Zayden. I apologized to all the Jedi I let down. And I met a new Jedi. Someone who would change my life. And his name was Streen, who, by my knowledge of history, which may not be the correct, but this is what I know, he was one of the first Jedi. And he took me on as his apprentice. And taught me, has taught me, pretty much to the current day. It is only very, very recently that he has stopped teaching me as an apprentice. And he turned my life around. He gave me a better vision and guided me. He didn't give me the answers. He put me on a path where I'd find my own answers. And they were bumps along the way, yes. But I made it. I made a lot better progress. And I had a few teachers along that time period as well. I had Charles McBride, who taught me for a while. He was the Jedi that gave me the core foundation of what I built on. And Streen built on top of that. And Streen became like a father to me. But the important thing to remember about my time as a Jedi is that I have been, and this is not an exaggeration, I've been a Jedi student, I've been a Jedi apprentice, I've been a Jedi Knight, I've been a Jedi Master, I've been a Sith apprentice, I've been a Sith Lord, I've been so many things. Well, I've claimed to be so many things, and I have pursued so many different things. But the thing is, none of that mattered. None of that gave the path any meaning. Being a knight didn't fulfill me. Being a master didn't fulfill me. Being a Sith didn't fulfill me. But I'll tell you what did fulfill me. If I stop seeing them as ranks, stop seeing them as statuses and badges of honor. The point is that I'm a Jedi. Call me a knight, call me a master, call me an apprentice. The fact is, I'm still a Jedi. It doesn't matter what you put against the name. The fact is that I'm a Jedi, and that's what makes me who I am. And a lot of people forget this. Being a knight or a master isn't a status. It's not a rank. It's a job description. It's a responsibility. It's a calling. When you're a knight, you have a responsibility. You're qualified to do a job. When you're an apprentice, you're training for that job, assuming that you're training towards knighthood, of course. And that's kind of the gist of my path. There's not really much to it. I mean, there's a lot of little experiences I could go and talk about, but I think that's a story for another time. But I'll give you some key things about my path. I've had numerous teachers, all who have given me something. I have made many, many mistakes. But I'll tell you this, I regret none of it. Because every single mistake I have made has had value. And as Zayden tells a lot of people, you can learn from your mistakes, or you can run from them. Your greatest teacher is your last mistake. And so any Jedi new to the path, or not even new to the path, any Jedi struggling to get a hold of the path, just remember that it doesn't matter what you call yourself. It doesn't matter how many mistakes you make. It doesn't matter if you've made bad decisions. You're a Jedi. And Jedi learn. There is no ignorance, there is knowledge. So even in your mistakes, you have the chance to learn. And so making big mistakes like I have only make the path more fulfilling, even if it is only in hindsight. None of us are perfect, me least of all. But you can make your journey worth it by taking each step, and trusting in the Force. There is going to be another part to this video. I'm going to end it here because that's not coming up just past the 10-minute mark. There's going to be a part 3 where I'm just going to conclude this. And we're just going to discuss some last minute points, nothing too interesting. So I will see you in the next part. And may the Force be with you.